To all the non-believers, 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 non-believers. I'm making out.
What's good, y'all? This is Jay Varsity, and welcome to another episode of NBA Talk. Now, this will probably be a very short episode. This is episode 147, and we're going to be going over Game 2 of the NBA Finals and what adjustments were made and then what just flat out was awful, and we're just going to get straight to it. Let's just say flat out, I'm just going to say Devin Booker and Chris Paul are just they're just picking the Milwaukee Bucks apart. Just them two alone is way too much firepower for the Milwaukee Bucks. Like, they have the defense is scrambling. Their ball movement is their playmaking skills. The fact that Devin Booker, how he moved off the ball last night, him and Chris Paul were just absolute assassins. And then you add a big game by Mikal Bridges. It just overall, this Phoenix Suns team, they just continue to impress as their run keeps going, and it's just you just wonder, is this relatively young squad, because it's a bunch of young guys and great veterans that are on this team. You just really wonder, like, it just amazes you how this team plays together. Now, granted that they started out rough, but then they right away got back to the pace that they played in Game 1, and Devin Booker was the leading scorer. And they knocked down 23-pointers last night. On the Milwaukee Bucks standpoint, I have a lot of things to say. Other than this is not Giannis's fault. This is not Giannis's fault that they lost Game 2. Giannis did everything he could. I legit, I'm giving Giannis a pass for this game. He literally did everything he freaking could. I wanted to say more than that, but I'm trying to keep this. I'm not trying to curse like crazy on this video, but because those were my feelings last night. I'm not rooting for any team in particular. I just love the matchup, but this matchup would be so much better if Giannis actually had help. Like, he has no help. Like, I have to ask this one question. What were Jrue Holiday and Chris Middleton doing? What were they doing? Like, I absolutely have to ask, what were they doing? Because they had no control of the ball. They were committing turnovers. They couldn't get a shot up to save their life. Chris Middleton all of a sudden wants to take these turnaround tough jumpers instead of looking for the easy shot. Jrue Holiday all of a sudden wants to drive into the paint when he realizes there's a big man in the paint. He wants to drive into the paint when Brook Lopez is in the paint. And when Giannis, and there are occasions where Giannis is in his absolute rhythm, and then Jrue Holiday just stops his rhythm by trying to take a tough shot. I think the only consistent player other than Giannis was Pat Connaughton. Like, I'm not even kidding. Bobby Portis was a no-show. Brook Lopez was a no-show. Jrue Holiday was a no-show. Chris Middleton was a no-show. Bryn Forbes was a no-show. Like, all these players were a no-show. Like, the only player that showed up for Game 2 was Giannis. Giannis putting up 42 and 12, I believe that's what he put up. Yeah, and he had that 20-point third quarter. Like, dude, come on! Your best player literally just played one of the best games of his career because this is his first NBA Finals. His first NBA Finals. He kind of played the best game of his career. And you let your team get smoked like that? Like, come on, man. Like, this is why low-key I got frustrated with Giannis for not trying to test free agency. But at the same time, it's like, dude, come on. He shows that loyalty to you, and you can't show that same fire. Like, you saw that clip of Giannis when he's yelling at his teammates. He's slamming on a chair and everything, trying to get his teammates hyped up. And they all look like a bunch of zombies. And that really frustrated me to see because You fought all this way to get over the hump to get to the NBA Finals, and you're just gonna think that's good enough? You think that that's good enough that you made the finals? No. This was a team that was regarded to win an NBA championship since 2019. You set a championship standard since 2019, and now you make it to the finals, and you're not taking advantage of the opportunity. If everybody else on the team had the same fire as Giannis, then I'm pretty sure the Milwaukee Bucks would have played a lot better, and they probably would have won the game last night. Like I said, probably, because I know the Bucks have been down 0-2 before against Brooklyn and everything, but this is a whole different scenario. Being down 0-2 in the NBA Finals is a whole different scenario. It's a whole nother scenario, and the thing I liked that the Milwaukee Bucks did, the only thing that I saw that they did somewhat right is that they were quick with trapping on the pick and roll. They were quick with trapping on the pick and roll, and they took a chance on letting Jay Crowder go off. He didn't exactly go off, but the rest of the Suns did. The rest of the Suns just went off from the three-point line, and that's one thing the Bucks are always consistent on, and that is trying to make sure that they guard the paint. And if you're gonna light them up from three, light them up from three. But with a team like this, like the Phoenix Suns, with how explosive they are, it's hard to take a chance on that. It's hard to take a chance that they're gonna have off shooting nights very often, especially when you have so many sharpshooters on this team. When you got guys like Cam Johnson, Jay Crowder, Mikal Bridges, Chris Paul, Devin Booker, even Cameron Payne has been somewhat consistent with his three-point shot. Torrey Craig before he got hurt. Like, these guys are very consistent. This is a very consistent team. So my thing is like, what, I don't know. The Bucks just need to play harder. Like, they made the adjustments. They just didn't show enough heart to win the game. Like, they just didn't. They didn't show enough effort to win the game. Like, the Suns are fighting on every possession. They're not giving up on every possession. And you see Giannis is literally trying to carry the Milwaukee Bucks. And you don't see that same fire in his teammates. Like, this is not the Atlanta Hawks. This is not the Atlanta Hawks. You need to realize you got to play a whole lot better. If the Milwaukee Bucks would have played a lot better and still lost, I would not be going off like this. I would legit not be going off like this. Like, I would have said, I would have said, oh, you know what? There was nothing else they could have done. They played the best game they could. But that's not true. Giannis played probably the best all-around game of his career. From scoring in the paint, he was knocking down threes, hitting one-footed fadeaways. Yeah, that's another thing. Giannis utilized his mid-range shot, and it looked money the majority of the time. Giannis had probably his best all-around performance in this game, and it resulted in another loss. Game 3 is going to be crucial for the Milwaukee Bucks. Now, I know that in the past, they came through in Game 3s, but I'm sorry, I have to say this. I really do have to say this. They need to play the game of their lives in Game 3. They need to play the absolute game of their lives. Because in order for them to survive this series, if you lose Game 3, I'm almost certain you're going to lose Game 4. Because this Phoenix Suns team is hungry, and they're out for blood. The way that they're playing, they're out for blood, and the moment they get the opportunity to attack, they're going to attack. They're going to get you at your lowest. So to me, the Milwaukee Bucks need to set the tone in Game 3. Like I said, I'm not rooting for anybody in particular, but I'm just very frustrated when I see one guy trying to carry a team and the rest of his team doesn't show that same fire, especially in the NBA Finals. it's frustrating to me. But again, I'm loving what I'm seeing from Devin Booker. I love what I'm seeing from Chris Paul, DeAndre Ayton. I love what I'm seeing from the Phoenix Suns. They are showing that they're playing team basketball. That one possession where literally every player touched the ball twice before getting a shot up, that was one of the most beautiful possessions in the entire game. So that's just me. That's just me showing my frustration for one team and giving credit to the other. As much as the Milwaukee Bucks were terrible and just letting Giannis do everything, we gotta give credit to the Phoenix Suns. The Phoenix Suns, they're balling. They're balling. They're hot, and it's like they're taking in the moment, and now you realize the Phoenix Suns are 2 wins away from winning an NBA championship. Chris Paul is 2 wins away from getting his first ring. Devin Booker is 2 wins away from getting his first ring. Now, another debate at some point that's going to probably come in time, probably by Game 3 or Game 4, but when it comes to the Phoenix Suns, is who's going to win Finals MVP. My favorite is Chris Paul, but then Devin Booker put on that performance last night, and he's just making the choice a whole lot tougher. But to me, this team is a well-oiled machine when it comes to Chris Paul. He's the playmaker of the team. He makes Devin Booker even more deadly than he already is, and he's just that impactful as a leader. That's just my opinion. But Devin Booker, he's an automatic bucket. He's an automatic bucket, and he's just killing whoever's in front of him. He is killing absolutely anybody who's in front of him. But yeah. I think I've said everything I need to say, and you can tell by my tone of voice how much I was frustrated with the Milwaukee Bucks, because we just want an interesting series. We just want an interesting series. That's all we're asking for, is an interesting series. Like, come on, Milwaukee needs to come alive in Game 3. They need to come alive. Like I said, they need to play the game of their lives, or God forbid, I'm going to say this: this is going to result in a sweep. And I know we're not going to be. I know people are going to be very disappointed that for the first time we get these franchises in the NBA Finals, and we're going to see a sweep. Like, come on, bro. Anyway, like I said, they got to play the game of their lives, and we'll have to see by Sunday. Giannis got to bring that same intensity, and the rest of the team has to bring that same intensity along with him. Normally, the Milwaukee Bucks play a lot better at home, so we just gotta see by Sunday what they're gonna bring. Anyway, that's it. That's all. That's all I gotta say for today. And that, like I said, these are only 2 teams left, and there's usually not much basketball left to talk about. And we're just getting that much closer to the season being over. Anyway, that's it. That's all. Like, comment, subscribe, and hit the bell if you like basketball content. Stay safe. This is your boy Jay Varsity, and I'm out. Peace.
We got some non-believers